Welcome to the cusp of Gemini season. Today, we are making the big shift. And in this video, I want to share with you a poem that I wrote last year to honor Taurus season, which it seems like we're coming out of, but we actually have Mars and Taurus all through the rest of this month and June. So we do have a lot of that beautiful, sensual, slow nature that we can continue to work with, um, helping us to sustain and be grounded, kind of find our little territory. Mars and Taurus could be like that, little territorial, but it's about really, slow, methodical growth. It's a good time to earn resources, but in a more systematic way and value ourselves. And it actually can be a great combination with the Sun and Mercury and Gemini, speeding up our minds and our networking. But this is also a unique week, and I wanna announce something special. I offer a new app, a micro app that's called Travel by Your Rising Sign. So I'm gonna introduce it in this little video here, as well as this poem, and I hope you'll use it to get excited about where you could travel or relocate to that will really resonate with your rising sign. Because your rising sign is so much about your intuitive, instinctual way of being in the world. Naturally, places that resonate with that are going to feel like they fit like puzzle pieces. So that's what the purpose of this app was. I'm also doing a special for Gemini season on all astrolocality reasons, because when we're in Gemini season, we tend to feel a bit more restless, we get more curious. And so it's a good time to get insights into where we should or could live, depending on our desires and our intentions, and also where we might want to travel over the next months or years, or lead a retreat or go on retreat, so on and so forth. So there's going to be a link for 20% off of readings for this Gemini season. I hope you'll take advantage of it. And the last thing is that we have this beautiful transmission this week of the sun touching Uranus, and that means also touching Alcyon or Alcyone, depending on how you want to pronounce this beautiful central star of the Pleiades. And I've spoken of the Pleiades a lot, and they're a home system for me. I have my rising sign right at that same degree, so it's a big week for me as well. But I'm going to share with you some channeling from the Pleiades on Friday morning through both a light language ecstatic dance as well as a channeling. And it's something I've been doing more of this year, in addition to my work with the pendulum and opening up some of these other divinatory works and possibilities. Um, the music has always been a transmission for me, the poetry as well. But now I want to be using my voice, and I invite you to come. You can come with some questions about what's unfolding in the collective or for you personally. But we'll take a small amount of time for a channeling, and then we'll go into this light language dance and talk a little bit about the Pleiades more as a system of higher dimensional consciousness. And it's a very rich mythology, right? The Pleiades has been talked about in a lot of cultures around the world, a lot of the indigenous cultures from the Cherokee and the Maya, the Egyptians, all these different cultures have references to the Pleiades, the Greeks as well. Um, and so this week, while the sun is touching the Pleiades, um, we had this opportunity to connect with something very creative, very fertile. These stars were very connected to the season of fertility um, in their relationship to our sun. The Mayans had this relationship for sure with the Pleiades. They were known as the Weeping Sisters, and that connects with fertility. But there's also a quality of loss because of one of the sisters being lost. And as you go deeper into this mythos, especially in more of the galactic or interstellar mythos, we have seen that the Pleiades are also known as sort of the godmothers of civilization, and have maybe seeded some of the earthly races here with other races in the star systems. Um, and so this is something we're going to share a little bit more about on Friday, but just to know that there's so much richness in this star cluster, and it does connect us to collective evolution, because this is a system that's very based around a collective vibration of, conscious evolution and creation, conscious creation, and a very strong heart chakra emanation from the Pleiades as well, which might again open up the ability and the necessity for us to grieve and to celebrate. And this is really important as we step into Gemini season as well, to consider that, mutual, comedy tragedy thing going on in Gemini, right? We have like the happy face and the sad face, and we're always kind of working with polarity and duality with Gemini. So um, I like the bird as a symbol. I've been studying a lot of birding recently for both the Taurus and the Gemini season, and the 400 doves was also a name for the Pleiades, according to the Mayans. Um, so there was, connection with the bird beings as well. But that idea of us being able to, be grounded and connected to that tree of life, right? And as the bird rises on the tree and the tree continues to branch, it continues to grow in its life, right? And the bird can go higher and higher in that tree. And we have to continue to branch ourselves out to learn and to discover. And that's part of that Gemini, idea of learning and growth and adaptability with the mind and the curiosity, right? What's next, right? But also that rootedness of that Taurus energy. So we're really in that merger right now. And the bird is such a beautiful symbol of the ability to fly and soar and travel, Gemini, but also with that connection to, like, with migration, birds come back to where, they were 6 months before. They come back to home, they come back to that root, that ground, very Taurus, right? And that, a lot of them, that same nesting area. So how do we wanna merge that at this time, the nesting and the home and the development of that and the safe and contained space, and then the ability to stay curious and, um, learn about ourselves, learn about the world, learn how to be of greater service here. So I'm going to share this poem with you, and then I'm going to walk you through this new rising sign app. PoeTree. Okay. Rebirding. Praise the homecoming. I haven't let myself stop and listen. As a disciple of divine playing tag with me, with all senses oriented in the attention of devotion, that only the bird call can gently command. Anxieties and their phantom agendas rupture the gift of this only presence. This only present, this gift of this only present, when the morning chorus summons, robin tickles the cloudless call, troubadour lilt melody rejoicing his love notes to the clear blue sky. The wood pigeon, far from common, soothes, coos, smooths my asana into a day of first breath possibility. Like the shining of the rose-ringed parakeet, squeeze continents between each squeal. Lime green wings reveal treasures, transatlantic medicine emissaries from tropical Amazon here in broken brick backyard London. Even the blackbird twirls the baton in his throat. Tongue twists a tale, fantasia of avian utopia. Like the shining of the rose-ringed parakeet, squeeze continents between each squeal. Lime green wings reveal treasures, transatlantic medicine emissaries from tropical Amazon here in broken brick backyard London. Even the blackbird twirls the baton in his throat. Tongue twists a tale, fantasia of avian utopia. And humans who cannot hear, who must learn to listen with every sensation. Like minstrel wren wrestles me away from the tentacles of this machine, minstrel wren, with a tremolo whistle reminder to pause. But distant goal calls to the mariner's adventure, beckoning me beyond the here now again, always designing the next destination, planning the next evacuation of this, their welcoming, the sign of my birthing, the Taurus season of blossoming. Give everything to this spring, for this is my homecoming. Yeah, so what medicine do the birds hold for you as in your backyard listening? There's so many beautiful, incredible books that have come out in the last few years about the genius of birds. It's one of the names, the Backyard Bird Chronicles, Amy Tan. So many credible books, and the birds can teach us so much. Um, The Thing with Feathers, it's another one. Birding Without Borders. Um, there's other books that are very Taurian that we can continue to take that energy, which I've been tuning into the soul of the mind of plants, the Light Eater, and Thus Spoke the Plant are really beautiful books to understand the plant cognition and consciousness that is become more and more emergent in scientific studies. But the more time we spend with the plants and give to them and receive from them and listen, the more they can teach us. So I want to introduce you now, as we move from the plants into the spirit of the air, to this new app that I've created. I've created two new apps recently, and I'm going to show you this one. Um, okay, so allow, and it's called Travel by Your Rising Sign. And so this is an app that will help you understand how you may resonate with certain places and give you recommendations on what places could be really good for you and your rising sign. And I'm just so excited about this. It's free, and there is also a paid version, and I'll show you how that works. Um, okay, that's not my rising sign, but you do have to put your rising sign there, and then you click on that. And if you don't know it, you can always find it at astro.com, but I think you probably do. And you're gonna have this beautiful description of the signature, and then why this matters as um, like a Scorpio rising cannot perform depth in shallow environments. The places that restore you are the ones that have something genuinely hidden, genuinely earned, genuinely dark beneath the surface. Then you have your soul geography here, like the kind of environments that will really work for you. And we have a packing style, and we have an alter ego, and and we have a never do this, right? With that rising sign as a traveler. Um, And then we also have the travel cities and with like a recommendation for you. And these, mom is calling me. These are really cool because this is giving you some recommendations on where you could go and what you could do there. And some of these are really off the beaten path, like Cluj, Romania, La Paz, Bolivia, right? These are not the first places you might think about. And then so you have a little bit about that place, what you might do there, and then also this is where if you're interested in the insider's pick, in residing in cities, like what places might be good for you with that rising sign to live in, which maybe could be good as well for travel, or your shadow cities where a lot of growth can happen, they can challenge you and activate your edges, then this $17 report will give that to you. Best kind of travel companion, the travel wound as well, what your soul is working through. It's really complete, and I'm so excited about this. I really want to evolve the world of astrolocality or locational astrology, and so this is that attempt to do that. And I think that hopefully we're going to have a suite of apps very soon. And they're going to be all related to different aspects of locational astrology. But this is the beginning. And I invite you to check it out, whether it's the free version or you can upgrade to the paid. And also, if you know you're going to travel or you're going to relocate, let's check out your astrolocality maps with a reading. So I'll put the links again for that sale, and I'm super excited, and I hope you'll check it out. And happy Gemini season, happy Taurus season still with Mars. a little Cancer with Venus. But enjoy the beginnings, the intimations of summer, or this end of spring. Take care.